Hey, recharge. Fuck up.
It's all in favor now.
Yeah, my line third. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh.
Ah!
Damn.
Let's go. Fuck up.
what the?
They're garbage.
The time is changing, but we'll never do. You're all that I want, and there's nothing you can tell me. The fever in this blood of a loving man. You're all that I want. I can feel the love you give me. Baby, now you got to understand.
sounds of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. Black and white. Black and white. Just let me go. It's only right for all I know. It's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right for all I know. It's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. Black It's forever. Can you see it? The worst is over. The monsters in my head are scared of love. Funny people, listen up. It's never too late to change your love. So don't let them steal your light. Don't let them break your stride. There's light on the other side. You'll see all the rain clouds follow me. It's a revolution. Make it right. It's forever.
Twerk it, baby. But I believe they were saying that engineers are going to be faster at it. So,
That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah, I just want to lead off with some Battlefield 5 because Battlefield 5, like I said, I started my channel with Battlefield. The gameplays I did, the commentaries was all Battlefield based. So,
and I used to love playing Battlefield with you. I mean, it's one of those games where out of all the games that are out now, it's the one that I felt like was the most involved with like squads and teams and playing with friends and stuff. You actually felt like you were aiding each other and achieving a goal.
Right.
I guess Fortnite now and PUBG would probably be, along similar lines, but I felt like later on everything just turned into running.
But the problem is Battle Royale. I hate that play style. I mean, I get its place. I get that it's fairly fast paced. I just don't care about the 1v99. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the word just keeps reining you in and stuffing you tighter and tighter together. Yeah, no, I don't like it either.
I think it'd be kind of neat if Battlefield did that though, because how many times have you seen people just like straight up camp? You know what I mean?
Well, the snipers are like everywhere. That's one thing I actually didn't like about Battlefield 4 is you just be like running along, feeling like you're under decent cover, and you'd get like popped in the head, and then it would be like kill cam, dude's 5 miles away, and hit you, and you're like, and once they get good at that sniping, I don't know if it was so predictable. Right. I'm almost wondering if they changed some of that too in Battlefield 5. They talk about any kind of environmental changes. Is there any kind of like wind effect on the bullet or better bullet drop mechanics or anything? They talk about anything like that?
They did talk about recoil. So in Battlefield, like 3 through 1, pretty much every gun kind of had the same sort of recoil. I believe it was. They talked about recoil being more realistic and per weapon, like based on weapon.
Good.
So there is that. Levolution, I don't know if that's still going to be a thing. That's where, like in Battlefield 4, you can knock down the buildings and, bust down the dam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still going to be a thing, but...
I did kind of like that, but at the same time, I remember that was like the fundamental point that crashed Battlefield 4 when it first came out and took them forever to fix. Remember, people would just come into the server and just go blow the building up, and it would crash the whole server and kill everybody out?
Half the server would go offline.
Yeah, they would actually name the server, like if you went in the server list, it'd say "Do not blow building" or no blowing building."
But they couldn't stop you from doing it. So if there happened to be an admin online, they would kick you. But how often was an admin actually online in the server?
Rarely.
Yeah. So I like this comment right here from Fan Belts. He said, "Battle Royale is popular because it caters to all the campy masses until the safe zone gets small, and then it's bunny hopping idiots that spray and pray." I'm a bunny hopping idiot. Do you know how I
am too.
Do you know how I survive into the top 5 whenever I play? It's because I avoid all confrontation until I have to.
Yeah. No, you're a way more strategic player than me. I remember vividly when we used to play Battlefield 4 pretty regularly. I would always be the guy that had the most deaths.
Okay.
Like I'd always be at the bottom because I'm always just running out and just finding somebody to get in the firefight.
Perfect example. This is fairly spoiler free, but the movie Infinity War, when Star-Lord is like, "Okay, you go right, you go left," and then they just ignore you and go where they want. That's Jerry and me.
That's pretty much me, and I'll admit to that I still have trouble following directions in game.
We're fine.
And I'm also
we're
the guy
fine.
where what's that?
We're fine until you die, and then when you die, it's a free for all because you're no longer with us because you die before we've actually captured something in the forward lines. Yeah. So then you're back at spawn.
Well, I suck so bad at the game that I usually feel like I'm the best person just to run out and draw fire. Like, so that's what I end up using. I still do the same thing, like even in PUBG when I'm playing with the squad. I'm the guy outside the buildings, like just running loops around the buildings while everybody's inside, like finding stuff and progressing the game. I'm just outside trying to get somebody to take a pot shot at me so we know that there's somebody around. That's like my job when I play PUBG.
Yad A says, "Jay, you'll never get good that way." I don't desire to be good at PUBG. I'm just saying. But I will give the guy a pass. Do you want to know why? His YouTube icon is a picture of a Camaro ZL1 1LE. So he gets a pass.
Okay, fair enough. So
that's
all you got to do, trolls. That's
all you gotta do. Best friend now.
That was the Camaro doing. Is it broken down yet? I'm totally kidding.
Update on that. So I got my email today. I'm dropping off my car on the 1st.
Or?
We talked about this last week.
Last week you were in Vegas.
The week before.
That's 2 weeks ago. I can't remember that long.
for all the Stage 3 mods, the cam, the headers, the supercharger stuff.
Wait, that included cams? I didn't know. I didn't know that.
It's a pushrod engine, dude. Cam, singular.
Oh, just one cam?
Cam pushrod, dude.
So it's a tractor motor, is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's why they're reliable.
Actually, no. What's the platform? It's the what do they call the engines?
LT4.
The LT. Those are super reliable engines. I mean, those are some of the most reliable engines.
The LTs, they always have been. Yeah. Here we go, guys. Car talk for a little bit, and then we'll go back on to we'll talk about AI and Jerry was gonna talk about penis shape or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I was like penis out of shit standing up or something. I don't know. I was trying to pitch him topics, and he seemed to think they were great topics. So.
I did. He was like, He's like, I'm just kidding. I won't do those. I'm like, go ahead. I don't care. Demonstrate.
Well, I can't really back up the first one. Why penises are ugly? Because the truth is, I think penises are just the most gorgeous thing ever, Jay.
Well, because you only see them in the mirror.
Jokes on you. I don't even see him in the mirror.
Oh. Is your scale reflective?
I still wouldn't be able to see it.
Whatever.
It's okay. I'm like a blind man. I just feel around. I have a decent sense of what it looks like based on feel alone.
Okay, let's talk about stage 3 real quick. Because yes, I'm doing stage 3 on the car, and everyone gets mad when I say that. Because obviously stages are different for every car, right?
Yeah.
So, it's not stages.
Yeah, no, I've heard the argument.
Stage like,
there's no standard.
Stage 3 or I mean, it's fair enough, right? And also too, every company sort of identifies a stage differently.
Most of them lie too. The Subaru is stage 3 without any motor mods.
The invoice is 2 pages long, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll tell you guys the actual parts that are in there. Let me pull this up.
Who's actually doing the? Is this? This isn't actually done by. This is done by like some tuner, right?
Oh God, yeah. It's by they're by. I don't want to say the company that's working on my car. Not yet.
God, no, I totally get that. But they're well known for doing that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
God, yeah.
Awesome.
They're one of the guys that like Hennessy is like copied.
Oh wow.
Hennessy is a bunch of crooks if you actually read about them. But anyway, and Hennessy hardly ever comes up with his own stuff. He just copies what everyone else is doing. But I digress. Okay. So it is it's the ATI balancer. It's a 10% overdrive pulley for the ZL1.
Okay.
Pro Speed heat exchangers, Denso ITV24 or ITV24 spark plugs or colder plugs, right? Gates belts, the coolant, of course, LT1 and LT4 160-degree thermostat. Let's see, we'll be doing dyno tuning, obviously 1 7/8 inch American Racing headers, long tube catless headers, LT4 custom cam, cat deletes, and or deletes the AFM and retains the VVT. So we're basically doing a phaser lockout, unlike variable valve timing where it can independently, like Japanese engines, new ones, right? Like the VQ has VVEL or variable valve event and lift, which means that the intake and the exhaust are controlled independently, so that it could be like give us more intake and a little bit less exhaust. Like it kind of dynamically controls it.
Yeah, it's a servo that basically offsets it while it's running.
But it does it per valve per cylinder.
Oh, geez. Okay, I've never heard of that.
Whereas the pushrod engine, of course, that cam the lobe and duration can't change, because it's a pushrod engine with a single cam turning. So the what does happen though is the entire cam can advance or retard. So basically, that phaser is being turned off entirely, and we're now controlling everything through the cam. It's going to be pretty static. Let's see what else we got here. Of course, the valve cover to delete the AFM. The point here is we want to be able to put the engine back 100% stock. If I, for some reason, don't want to keep this, I sell the car, I trade it in, whatever, we can go back to stock for just the cost of labor, right?
Won't you have to do that also for your emissions testing because you live in like Nazi territory?
We can talk about that offline.
Okay.
He has a plan.
No, the Z is not smog legal, and I've got my tags.
I forgot. You just buy a new car every 5 years. Never mind.
Right.
I got you.
So that's the the valley cover. So there's various valve or oil galleys or whatever in there that have to be redirected or changed or plugged entirely when you remove that system. So a lot of companies will just drill and tap and put plugs in there. This is an actual cover made to block those off, so it can be undone and reverted back to stock.
That's cool.
Let's see the phaser lockout. The 16 new lifters. ARP head studs.
I had those on my Corolla when I did the turbo upgrade.
Right. Of
Those
course,
head studs are awesome.
better head gaskets. Let's see the dual spring kit with titanium retainers. So we're going with hardened valve springs, hardened push rods because we're going to be bumping
more
up.
Boost, right?
Technically more boost with the pulley, but no, because once we open up the exhaust with the headers and stuff, the boost comes back down with the supercharger.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Of course, the cam package, I already said that. The long tube headers. Bumper reservoir. So I talked about doing a custom loop in this car. The joke has always been, gee, does that car have a custom water loop? Yeah, because that's a funny joke, right? Yeah. Every car is water cooled unless it's an old VW, right?
That's true.
So the supercharger on this gets heat soaked because it's a very small, like half-gallon worth of water that keeps it cold, or Dex Cool that keeps it cool. With the heat exchangers, they're okay, but they do heat soak. So like I said, I'm going with the Pro Speed heat exchanger, which is like 3 times the thickness of the main one. There's 2 heat exchangers for the supercharger in my car now. We also are going with a 3-gallon reservoir that mounts right on top of the bumper crash bar. And then
that's awesome.
And then it has a higher higher pressure or head pressure pump and stuff to move all of it. So we're actually going with a custom water loop on that, new water pump, auxiliary fuel pump kit, and the flex fuel sensor with pigtail, because I am going flex fuel, E85. That's how we're getting the car up to 850 horsepower. And then...
And the sensor, that's where it auto detects it, so you don't ever have to worry about screwing it up, right? It's just whatever it's running.
Yeah, I can run whatever mix. Like if I decide to just mix regular gasoline in with the 85, it just detects the mix and then adjusts it itself.
Dude, that's so awesome.
A lot of people, my biggest concern was corrosion, because I was like, shoot, corrosion, man. I've heard of cars corroding with the E85. All of the fuel delivery parts in my car are already stainless steel, not aluminum, like some of the Japanese cars and stuff that were not designed for E85. Because my fuel delivery system is already all set up with stainless steel parts, because they basically use the same pumps and stuff off like the trucks and whatnot, which are already E85. All I have to do is the low side fuel delivery to get the volume we need for E85. That's one of the reasons why we have the cam. The cam is needed to get the air volume needed to make the benefit of E85. So that's one of the reasons why the cam is going in there. The cam is going to give me a lot of
bigger lobes. So you open up the valves for right?
volume, right? Intake volume.
And longer.
Yeah. Let's see. Includes transportation fees, all that. Exhaust manifold, gaskets, all that stuff. And then, we're doing a CMS open element catch can, which is vented, of course, because increased crank pressure, higher RPMs. So it's a lot of the little things that really add to the cost of this kit. But I think it's going to be worth it because with this kind of horsepower, like as it is, when in Vegas, I drove the Ferrari 458 for 2 days. I got to drive the Huracan for part of a day. And the production crew got to go for rides in the cars, of course. Kyle, myself, Josh still hasn't ridden in my Camaro, ironically enough. Everyone who rode in all 3 cars agreed that mine pulled way harder. So imagine with 850 horsepower, and that's 700 now at the stage 1. So imagine another 150 horsepower. My goal here is I don't want to really lose to anything short of like a Veyron. You know what I mean?
I know you're at the horsepower level now where all it matters is how much rubber you can get to connect with the pavement.
Which is
power isn't going to be your losing factor.
And that's already tough now because I'm using road racing tires on the street. That's got to change. That has to change. So
God, compared so everybody said that it even pulled harder than the Huracan because those things are
on a roll.
Quick.
I mean, we didn't compare a launch, but a Huracan's all-wheel drive, the LP610-4.
Right. Okay. So you're just talking from like a rolling start where you're not smoking the tires, like just roll on power and just.
Here's the funny thing, though. Andrew, Graham's guy, you know Andrew, right? Mm-hmm. So he went for a ride with me in the Camaro, and I told him, I was like, hey, I've got a lot of experience in my car. Don't freak out. He's like, okay, whatever. I'm along for the ride. Ask him to show you the video he took inside the car and the shit-eating grin smile that he had, because he agreed that my car pulled harder when spinning the tires than the Huracan did without spinning the tires.
Really?
So it could be the perceived torque. I don't know. I mean, we didn't get a chance to do a straight up pull.
Well, you've got really sticky rubber on your car too. I mean, what were they running on the Huracan?
They were running Continental Conti Sports. But here's the thing.
Okay.
My tires have shit acceleration grip. They're all about lateral grip. The sidewalls are really stiff.
Okay.
So first gear is useless, man. Wait till you see this thing. I push the gas at any RPM in first gear. It just spins. Second gear would do the same thing. Phil behind me. Phil.
That's awesome.
Phil, you still have that video of me spinning the tires at 70?
Yeah.
So.
It's almost not even interesting because all it does is make sound and do this on the freeway when you try to accelerate. It's crazy.
It just wiggles around, yeah.
The only car I've ever been in that did that, and I was a passenger, was in Hellcat. When I went for a ride in a Hellcat, the guy was like, check this out. He disabled the traction control at about 60, 70 miles an hour. He floored it, and the ass end just started like walking into the other lane. And I was like, oh, stop. We're going to die.
Oh, the new
That car feels stupid heavy, though. That car feels like a limo.
The Mercedes?
No, the Hellcat.
Oh, the Hellcat.
Dodge Charger Hellcat. It literally feels like it weighs like 8 tons. I don't know what it is about that car, but it just feels stupid heavy.
I mean, I would love to find somebody I know that actually has a Hellcat, but the two I've encountered on the highway, I pull both of them. So
they don't hook. They don't. Like unless you do something with the suspension or the tires and get more grip. They're heavy. I think they're 400 pounds heavier than your rig.
My car's just over 3,800. Those are like 3,400. Or I'm sorry, 4,400.
Yeah, I know they're well into.
It's like 500 pounds heavier than my car.
Yeah, they feel heavy too. They just feel like a pig. Like after driving in one, like I always thought they were really cool watching them on TV, but then I rode in one and I was like, other than kind of the novelty of having that much power, it just that's not a car. Do you ever see anybody taking them out on tracks or anything like that, or is that just a car you just want to drag?
The Hellcat is made to go in a straight line.
Yeah, it's heavy.
BNC Connection LLC says spinning tires at high miles per hour means you're wasting power. Get some rubbers. No, it depends on what the car is tuned for. I specifically said the tires that I have are designed 100% for lateral grip. They have shit for straight line grip, especially when they're cold. When I'm on the track and the tires are hot, I can pull down a straight, or from a low speed corner exit, will hook just fine, leaving a turn. It's about tire temp, not just. There's more to it than just a blanket statement of get better rubber. I mean,
no, and I've seen cars. Case in point, I've seen cars that have way less horsepower and even more weight kick the shit out of the car that just couldn't get the traction and couldn't get the launch right.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
a lot of factors go into it.
It's
I mean,
it's the same reason why the Ferrari 458 with 562 horsepower and only 94 foot-pounds of torque is still a challenge for a car like mine with way more horsepower and almost 300 more pounds of torque.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video where a Bugatti, the Chiron, the new one that they have, which I think that has like 1,500 horsepower or something like that. It's a lot, and it was up against this. I think it was a 900 horsepower Supra that was tricked out with a 2-speed power glide and everything, and it just raged on it. I mean, in the quarter mile, it wasn't even close. The Veyron didn't even stand a chance on a car that was
the Veyron
600 pounds
not
lighter.
The Veyron, but the Chiron, that's designed to go almost 300 miles per hour though.
Right. I mean, yeah. I said quick, not fast, because it would murder it. I think they said that was it the Chiron? They said that it's geared to go over 300 miles an hour, but they can't make rubber that will function on the car at that speed. So literally, that's their limiting factor is they can't put tires on it.
Well, I mean, they have dragster tires that can handle it, so they're going to come up with something. But
right. But those are like giant, freaking Ripple Wall, expanding
Wrinkle
2
wall.
feet. You can't really do that on the road. Is it Wrinkle Wall?
Wrinkle wall, yeah.
Wrinkle wall. Those things are crazy though, and the dragster literally sits up like a full foot. Could you imagine what would happen if you had a fender well over the wheel?
Because of the ballooning of the tires. Yeah.
it just balloons out, and just blows the fenders off the car, and the whole back end explodes.
Well, how about this though, Mr. Lizard talking about the Trackhawk, which is the Hellcat motor and an all-wheel drive Jeep. Have you seen the Trackhawk?
I have not seen that.
Oh, dude, the Trackhawk is sick. So,
is it a custom built by somebody or?
No, it's made by Chrysler.
Really? All right, Trackhawk. I want to see that. I just want to see a picture of it. Dude, it looks like a sleeper. It doesn't even look like anything crazy.
Until you look at the brakes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, the brakes are huge, but it doesn't look like. If I saw that on the street, I wouldn't think that was like a freaking 700-800 horsepower Jeep.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. What do they charge for those? They pretty spendy? Because I would drive the shit
I don't know.
out
Sorry,
of something like that.
I was reading comments. Fan belts against his. He's quoting people. Jay, you need better tires. Jay, that's too much power. Jay translates to I drive a Yugo.
I know it's always the people that talk a bunch of car stuff, or the guys like rolling in like the old Honda Civics with like a B18, and it's like, man, I put a B18 in my Honda Civic.
To be fair, you don't have to own a fast car to know a lot about cars.
Nope.
Because you know what I find. And I've been.
I drive a Subaru. I'm just kidding.
You push a Subaru.
My 5th gear synchro is gone now. It just grinds like a Kenworth tractor.
Okay, and tell me if you agree with this. And then, guys, we'll get off car talk soon. We have other things we want to talk about. So ever since I got the Camaro, the ZL1, I've started going to more Cars and Coffees, Camaro and Coffee, right? CamaroCon, and I just went to a Cars and Coffee last Saturday, right next to my house. By the way, you know the mall by my house?
Yeah,
they do a Cars and Coffee there. I didn't even know. Some cool ass cars there too. I'll tell you what. But anyway, so I've gone to, and there's always a mixture of the sleeper builds versus the supercars versus the hypercars. We had a few really high end cars show up, SLSs, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I found that the guys who have the most expensive, fastest cars know the least about their own car. What you'll find is the guy that's at home and can't afford any of this stuff, but dreams about it and spends all day and all night reading about it, watching it, just obsessed with the genre, knows more about the genre than the people who actually live in the genre because they are truly passionate about it versus the guy that's like, I got money, they told me that car's fast, I bought that one with my oil money. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can tell you now, after going to Cars and Coffee enough, I've realized the guys with the really high-end cars often don't know shit, which really kind of sad.
Fair, but to be fair, they don't have to.
No, because
if they don't know shit, they just hire a guy that sits in their garage and he's like, I want 100 more horsepower. He's like, all right, tomorrow 8 a.m. pick her up. It's like they don't need to. It's like with us, it's like you have to know everything because like when you're going to buy parts and everything like that, it's like, well, I'm going to be the one putting them in. So it's like you got to know, right?
Rob says, Jay should redo the blower video with the blower reversed. If anyone can do it, I know you can. I can't. There's nowhere to put the tube on the intake side of that blower. I'm not going to tape it.
Use a shop vac.
Do you know how? So here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I just put on my Venton hat real quick. I need a hat. Here, I'll just put a sweater on my head. This is my Venton sweater. Okay, look.
The video left desirable.
This is my Venton sweater. You ready? Yes, I'm wearing a sweater on my head. When I make regular review videos, people are like, "This is boring advertisement. Do fun videos." When I do the fun videos, the people that don't have an ounce of humor in their body are like, "This is a waste of time. Where's the videos, like the reviews I subscribed for?" And then the other half is like, "He's just trying to be Linus." And then you get these people out there that don't have a freaking social fiber in their body, that don't know how to be entertained. So no matter what I do, it's like, okay, the blower video, like so many people got salty about that video, like this is pointless. I fucking said it was pointless at the start of the video. I said this is stupid.
You could put in the title of the video "pointless video" and somebody would still call out it's pointless in the comments.
In the title, I said this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. Not the blower video one, but the one where I made the air conditioning unit and the radiator or the box fan radiator. I don't know if you saw those two. Those were even stupider. Those were even stupider than the blower video.
Oh, you did one with an AC? I need to watch that one.
Part 1 is called "This is the dumbest thing or stupidest thing I've ever done." Part 2 is
I
called.
need to see that one.
Part 2 is correction. "This is the stupidest thing I've ever done."
Okay. I didn't see the AC one, but I do want to see that.
Those
because I've always wanted to use an AC to cool a PC.
The title
I want to see the stream record.
The title of the video says, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever done." People then proceeded to write entire diatribes and vagina monologues about why the video was pointless. You know, it takes a special kind of stupid to actually interact with a content creator that way when they've like literally called out the entire pointlessness of a video at the start.
or like when you make a video and it says in the video titled "sponsored," and in the beginning it's like "sponsored," and you say this is a sponsored video for something, and then on the comments they're like, every comment, "Sponsored, this is a sponsored video. This is just a commercial." It's like, huh? Like what I miss? Oh my god, dude! You could make a video literally of a cat licking itself, and some guy would complain about the dander like giving him hives. Like it.
But on that note,
there's no winning.
But on that note, I will say, if you guys want an actual review of something, I've not reviewed something in a while. There hasn't been anything new to review. Phil, wave at the audience. Phil is currently working on an edit that will be live Saturday of with a fairly in-depth-ish review. We even did a small teardown of a thingy.
Ooh.
Literally rendering right now.
Oh yay! Wait, did you actually proof it? Did you get those?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Trusting you. I didn't watch it with you. I did watch my video for the first time on Saturday, I guess.
Hey, do you still have the computer that I built for the PC build-off with you?
Yeah, it's right over here. There it is, right there.
I was gonna say, feel free if you ever want to, if you want to do a video review, feel free to tear that apart and show every
trust
single
me, we're
problem.
tearing it apart, but we're not reviewing it.
Oh no, I was gonna say show every single little problem with it.
Every
Go
time
right ahead.
no, Nick already fixed the problems.
Oh, he did.
He fixed it like the day after you left.
That worked fine.
He went through and was like, okay, I need to make sure these are roadworthy. Because remember, we were going up the PDX land. That was when he found that you only had like 2 screws in the radiator, and it was like,
dude, weight reduction. I've been through this.
Yeah, but you could have at least put them in diagonal corners, not 2 at the top with the whole bottom flopping around.
No. You don't want to do that because you want it to flop a little because it helps agitate the air and carries the heat better. God damn. Learn your coolants, Jay. Learn your coolants.
All right, go ahead with one of your topics.
All right, I guess I'll grab one of my topics
this
here.
This bottle looks like a crooked penis, though.
Everything looks like a crooked penis if you look at it long enough. Okay, so anyways,
really
have you guys heard about YouTube?
What's that YouTube thing?
Have you heard about that YouTube thing? Well, apparently they're testing a non-chronological video order in the subscription feed, just like Facebook does, to try to put things that they think you want to watch more at the top instead of what is chronologically in order. So, like, well, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, did MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn not be enough evidence for you that people don't want that shit?
They don't want it. They don't want it. Even some of the posts that were going around on Twitter, I mean, had like a 5% approval rate, like in the polls that were being introduced. But basically what this means is if you have a content creator that you want to watch and you know a video is coming out at around a certain amount of time or whatever, normally you'd go to your YouTube channel and in your sub feed, lo and behold, there it is. If you go watch it at a certain time. Well, now YouTube's going to make this little change, and it is an experimental change, and they claim it will be undone at the end of the experiment, and then it'll be an opt-in thing. They're saying a bunch of shit that I honestly don't believe them for a second on. Basically, you're going to go to your feed, and every day it's going to basically show what YouTube wants you to watch from the people you subscribe to, not necessarily the stuff you do watch.
Do we know, though, is it only going to recommend stuff in a certain order within our subscribe list or from anywhere on YouTube?
It sounded like it was from the subscribe list, but I'm not 100% on that. If you guys in chat know this for fact, chime in. But I do believe it's still from your subscribe list. I don't
because
think
if
they're
they would
changing
show
it.
you something that's not in your subscribe feed or subscriber list, what's the point?
True, and that's what I don't get. And then if they didn't show you what was in your subscriber list, that completely defeats subscribers completely.
Exactly.
Like if they're just showing you random stuff that's like, oh, somebody made a cat video and you watched a cat video, or you were sub to somebody who made a cat video and some other guy made a cat video. We're going to put that first because we want to mix it up and try to get people to engage more. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like the whole Facebook versus YouTube thing. When you go to Facebook, if you've ever noticed on Facebook, your newsfeed usually has mostly dramatic shit if you have a tendency to respond to mostly dramatic shit, which most people do.
Right.
You know, you're 10 times, they said, you know, studies show that you're 10 times more likely to engage on something negative than something positive because you feel like you have something to offer and something to prove. Whereas if it's positive, you're in agreement with it. So you just go nod your head and walk away.
Yeah.
So Facebook capitalizes on that by putting things in front of you that you're most likely going to interact with, which means more people are going to view it. More people are going to see your interactions and then come in and interact off you and dovetail. So they make more ad revenue by putting those in your stream. And then if you're somebody like me that likes to engage on all the negative shit all the time, that was the old me, Jay. Don't worry, I've changed. But if you engage on all then you notice after a week or two, the entire feed is negative. It is. Like you can go, like my Facebook feed, even today, it hasn't recovered. You go to my Facebook feed and all it is, the entire feed, is just negative shit and drama. Like I don't see anybody's birthdays. I don't see anybody's cat photos. It's like Facebook literally labed me. It
that's illegal in 14 states.
Whoa, that kind of went into some Freudian slip territory there. But it's like, you know, they want me to engage on these things, so of course they're building it. Well, now I feel like YouTube's doing the same thing. And YouTube's going to go in there and they're going to be like, what videos are you most likely to respond to? So now Jay's entire feed is just going to be a bunch of videos that are incorrect facts about cars. So that he'll click on them and just go rage in the comments. That's what's going to happen, dude. You're going to go in there. It's going to be incorrect facts about cars.
I don't comment, though.
Do you not comment on anything?
No, I do. I do when I get a chance to actually watch stuff. I just don't get to watch things very, very often, to be honest. Like I've heard about so many great things like Cobra Kai and all this. I haven't seen any of this yet. You know,
it's actually good. I binged it. I actually thought Cobra Kai was.
I just started watching Westworld, and we'll talk about that actually with one of our topics coming up. But I've been getting heavily into that show.
Just don't ruin it because I'm only into. I just finished episode 1 of season 2 last night. Like,
you're still way ahead of me. We just started season 1. We just got into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, dude, you're in for. It's so good.
I have a question though. Why is there more than 10% dislike ratio on this? We got 2,409 people in here, and it still goes to show, like, does it matter if what order they're arranging our videos though? If people still aren't willing to interact with the video? Does that make sense?
Well, if they don't interact with the video, we're not going to show up at all. Like, people are going to be like, oh, they don't interact with it. Even if they like it so much that they don't feel like they need to say anything and it's so perfect, they're not going to show it to them because they want people to interact.
Yeah, I mean...
They got to be careful because the same thing's going to happen as the drama tubers. Remember when the drama tubers took over YouTube because literally they just created cancer that both the people that were for them and against them.
2013 through 2016?
Pretty much. More like 2017, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason that those videos always bubbled to the top was because they had the highest number of likes and dislikes or highest number in comments.
Yeah.
Because comments are engagement. YouTube doesn't care about the quality of content. They don't have the smart AI system that's going through and analyzing your content, your comment to figure out if it's negative or positive. They're just like, there are 100,000 comments on this video. Obviously, this evokes some kind of, evokes some kind of response from people. This needs to get in front of more people. Therefore, it boosts up an SEO.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
from a business aspect, it makes sense if you're selling ads to people. As long as they don't know that that's what you're doing, it makes sense, because an ad on a video that gets more engagement is ultimately going to get more playtime, because more people are going to find it. Even the people that would have never found that video, didn't want to watch that video, they're going to come there just because it becomes this cancerous mess that everybody has to engage.
I'm trying to think of this objectively, like from their perspective. And
me too. It's hard.
I mean, I guess what you're saying, right, devil's advocate, makes sense, because the videos that are performing better, of course, they want to keep those performing well, because, like you said, when the creator gains revenue, so does YouTube. And so Paul made a very good point earlier. It was a very vague point, but I know exactly what he was getting at when he responded to my tweet, because I had responded to Marquette.